Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I will go over my custom critical Comet and the Living Bomb Sunder Titan. This is a physical and ice build. As you can see, we're shattering the corpses with Herald of Ice, and we use a Scepter, which is the guide palm, and also allows us to run 2 curses in Blasphemy, which is absolutely insane on a melee character. It's something I've been running since last league on my Earthquake, and I just use it on every melee I do. Because this will make the mobs enemies around you super slow. They will not be able to attack you at all. I will show you in this map. This is a Citadel map, fully juiced. This is also juiced up Atlas tree. So Jamanra Boss in this map had over 35 million life, which I will show in a second. And also after that, I will show you normal mapping with the Abyss increased difficulty reward, so making it harder as well, with 2 tablets in it, tier 17, 16 map, I'm not sure now. But this map right here, I had physical mana leech, and in the other map, which I will show you, I did not have any mana leech, so I was not spawning the comet, as many comets as you see here on the screen. So make sure to get physical leech on the ring or a gloves. And I'm also using Unset Ring for +1 skill, because we are using the Sniper's Mark and Seismic Cry. If you don't have Unset Ring, you can drop either or, whatever you like. But since I'm one-shotting all the bosses almost, or I never get to stun the bosses almost because they're just dead, then Seismic Cry isn't as usable. So it kind of depends. But the Sniper's Mark, I don't have it in this footage. So Jamanra would die even faster if I had it, but I do not. Sniper's Mark makes it so you just crit harder, pretty much, by a lot. This is a bit, like, this is fully min-max build for endgame. Yes, the things I have are expensive at this point because it's end of the league. Or not even end of league, because next league is in May, goddammit. It's still long time, it's far away. But at this point of the league, you know, things are too expensive, out of hand, especially with Valor Ruins. But I'm pretty sure everybody farms Valor Ruins. I'm not, I didn't set it up yet. I'm horrible, I know. But I've been farming Citadels for the fragments. They used to go for a lot, not so much right now. But that was my moneymaker. I had trillions of Citadels, even still do on my Atlas. So yeah, let me fast forward a little bit to Jamanra. I'll show you. I was prepping to record here, but yeah, we dropped 4 Jammer first on the ground. We then detonated with War Cries, and I'll also have insane tech for War Cries, so stick around, guys. On the weapon set too, there are timestamps and chapters underneath the video. So weapon swap technique is just insane for War Cries. It is ridiculous, dude. I'm using it every build right now on Warrior. But 4 Jammer, then Infernal Cry to detonate the hammer, to proc fissures with our Sunder, and Mace Strike, which is the default attack. We just swing it 2-3 times to break the armor. In this phase, he's got like 15 mil life, I believe. But yeah, we also have Temporal Chain, so he's slower. We have Daze debuff. I didn't even get to stun him. Second phase now. We also apply lightning, the shock debuff, because I have flat lightning on my ring. This will make sure you deal 20% more damage, because shock debuff is very strong. So all you gotta do is just have flat lightning on either your gloves or rings. Hammer again, detonate, and just blast away. Blast away. Actually, I stand corrected. I did not have shock debuff here. It's because I ran alt items. So in this footage, I had Mana Leech, but no flat lightning. In my other footage, I had both. Excuse me, I did not have Mana Leech. But you can see here that this map is pretty juiced. I am not chaos capped. So you can see this map has extra stun, extra fire damage, extra chaos damage, less damage from crits, and we are crit build. So this is the anti-map, if you can call it, if you want to call it. But this is extra difficulty rewards, double tablets on the Abyss. And you will see he's just getting blasted, man. Just got blasted. Let me fast forward. So this is the start. I'm also using MTX for Sunder, the red one. That's why my spikes are red. And also there is another technique, another tech. Some of you may know about it, some of you may not. But I'll explain it. 2 techs, pretty crazy going on for Warrior. It has something to do with ancestral empowerment, ascendancy on Titan. That's why Titan is on top. Now I also like to showcase with no shrines. That's why I just unclick them. The only shrine icon you see above my character is the one from the Scepter, from the Avent. The lightning one. That's how we proc Herald Vice, as you can see, shattering enemies. But again, I did not have mana leech here, so you can see comets aren't spawning as often. So make sure to get that, really. I need to get it too, because I was testing some different items. Sadly, no loot. Juiced map, no loot, man. Crazy. But to be fair, I'm not really running Magic Find. Excuse me, Rarity. If you guys want to run Rarity, you can do that on Rings, for example. There is place for it. But I don't really run that on any character. But this is how the mapping looks like. I'll show you a little bit of a bird, clearing the rest of the mobs here. I was only once close to dying because I got I would want to say the word, but I got face slapped by the boss, but I still didn't die. We still tanked it, boys. We still tanked it even though we have double damage mode and I'm not chaos capped. But the bird, but the AoE also looks amazing. I didn't really invest in AoE, but it still looks really good. So yeah. Ancestral Empowerment, my favorite thing about Titan. Every second hit, you get Empowerment for more AoE and more damage. More damage being multiplicative as well. A little bird action. I can just show you from the second phase. The first one is whatever. See, we still tanked it, man. Easy. We still tanked it. Just one slam. This is 3 Sunders. 1 Sunder for each phase. That's pretty much it. My weapon is 700 DPS, which is not the highest one. I could get much better one. So yeah, I was it wasn't doing that good there on that point. But G's and gents, we got full planner on Mobalytics. And let me hide my webcam because we're gonna do it like this. So if you're interested, I will leave the links in the description, pinned comment as well. We also have the PoB, which is right here. You will see everything in detail, you know, the jewels, the stats, the passives. Don't really pay attention to warnings. They always don't match at all with what I have running. So you will see my item here. My weapon is almost 710 DPS later. But yeah, you will get it all here. Again, you can get the code for PoB on Mobalytics on the right side right here. Just copy the go and paste it. Now I've put all the details in here with what it's focused on, what you should get, the mana leech especially, and then the weapon swap. So what we do here, we have these maces on weapons at 2, Work Rise, Empower, and additional attack. We have 2 of them, that's double. On top of the vocal empowerment, which is another empowered, I have like 18 empowered attacks from Infernal Cry without any enemies around. How is it possible? Because normally for Infernal Cry, you need to get enemies around you because it's based on power of the enemies. But if you get this passive, Roaring Cries, where War Cries have minimum of 10 power, you don't need any mobs around you at all. Like this is just so good, man. This is just amazing. So that's what we got going. So we gotta get all the sockets on the weapons for the Alacrity runes for skill speed. So the War Cries are super fast. But actually, I'll take you to the game and I'll show you the stuff. Oh, I'm still in the map. Look at that. Let me lower the volume real quick. But these are the weapons we got running. Again, the empowerment stuff doesn't really matter what stats you have on the weapons itself because we do not attack with them. So all the plus skills, stuff like that does not matter at all. I did craft both of these a while ago. I just wanted the 4 sockets for them. And why it's OP is because we also have these passives for more speed, more cooldown, and obviously more life and mana whenever you War Cry. And if you pair it with Echoing Cry, which makes it so it just echoes, right? So we get 3 War Cries. I'll show you in a second. We also apply exposure from the War Cry, which helps because our damage is ice and lightning and fire, kind of everything, but mainly ice and physical. Cold, excuse me, cold and physical. You'll see it right here. This is cold, this is fizz. But right, when I use it, no mobs around. Echoing Cry procs. And I get 12 empowered attacks. I thought it's 18, but it's actually 12. But it's still insane, right? That's still insane. Seismic Cry, we also get full rage cap as well once we use it. I have only 30 rage right now. I have no extra max rage, but you can get it if you want to. It's almost max rage, which is really good for the start of the fight, right? No biggie. But first thing, let's get over to the skill gems. We got the Purity of Ice, which is our Avent Scepter here with the aura, Cold Res. So any of these spirit gems put in the scepter do not cost spirit at all. They do still count. They still increase the stuff, but you see here the vitality, the regen. They still increase the stats, but they don't cost any spirit. It's been like that since game released, so it's whatever. So cannibalism, clarity, precision, and vitality. Mace strike. This is for armor breaking, so rapid attacks. We get armor break based on physical damage, extra armor break. We get heft for even more physical damage, again more break, and then rage to cap it out before we start blasting. Since we get 24 from Warcry, with this one we are capped out. Sunder, our main damage dealer. Yes, again, the support gems will be expensive, like this one. But then again, you do not need these support gems. This resolve and in the cast and crit, the Alas Rakiatas, you do not need these at all. You can just slot in whatever you want, honestly. It doesn't really matter as much, to be honest. You can just run a heft in here, or even heavy swing. But we got the resolve here for crits, because we're a crit build, so all you need is just max 50% crit chance, and you're golden. This is just for much higher damage, like much higher damage. Increased attack speed, the classic. We got Defy because we are running Constricting command. This is still insane, even after nerf. It now requires at least one enemy around you, which is always, right? Even in boss rooms. So Defy makes your hits lucky, which means the higher damage is rolled or chosen, which is really good. And it lets you use the skill without any mana. So yeah, if you don't have mana leech, you can still have pure, just no problem, just blast, right? You just saw it in the map. I just showed you. So that's Constricting command, Defy on the skills, and besides that we get the extra movement speed and distance on roll dodge. We also get extra damage 100%. We also get the attack speed by 20%, besides the small nodes for extra attack damage, which is super high. It's 43%. You can also get armor here, armor nodes if you want to be tankier. Right now, unbuffed, I am 14,000 armor. Not too bad, pretty good. Besides that, Aftershock, this goes well with the Ascendancy here, 25% and then 35%. So with the attack speed we have, it pairs up to 82%. It's kind of insane. Like honestly, like Aftershocks and Ancestral Empowerment is just really good. This right here, it's so good. I also have extra Aftershocks in here, so that's why I'm running this this gem. But honestly, you can just go with Close Combat if you want to for extra damage. But I really like the Aftershocks in general. Fist of War, another tech I was talking about. Now, our every second slam is boosted. Meanwhile, this one puts the boosted on 14-second cooldown, but it doubles the effect. If you have the Ascendancy on top of that, this one does apply the double effect on every second hit. Every second slam is boosted with double effect, even despite having 14-second cooldown. That's just how it works on Titan. It's so busted, it's so OP. Forge Hammer, overextend for crit damage. But you could probably run this on Sunder instead of Resolve, because this damage increase is actually pretty huge, because it's a multiplier, multiplicative crit damage. I'm running from 300, almost 400 to 300, like almost 100%. The higher the better, right? Elemental damage, since fissures are fire. Rage gain on bosses so it doesn't fall off. But you don't really need this one, to be honest. You can have anything here, like the fire penetration if you want to, or anything else. Close combat would be insane, actually. I might use close combat here. We don't really need rage because we have rage from the jewel down here. Rage on hit, and I have like 3 of these, 1, 2, 3, so 3 on hit, so good. On top of the fissures, which also count as a hit. Ender Fist of War, obviously. Defy, same story like the above. Now, for the Warcries, Infernal Cry, Seismic Cry, again, if you do not have Unset Ring, which gives +1 skill slot, you can drop Seismic Cry, but for both, we are running Tireless, Raging Cry for extra rage, and then we also run Enraged Warcry on Seismics for just bypassing the cooldown, but not fully needed. Life Tap on Infernal Cry, so it doesn't cost as much mana. Echoing Cry, like I showed you, and Exposing Cry to exposure, more damage for Elemental. Next up is also Sniper's Mark. This one applies, gives you more crit chance, crit damage, excuse me, on the target, which is a lot. Again, it's actually insane. And I'm pretty sure you guys cannot see my cursor. My bad. So that's that. We got the support gems, Charge Mark. Good stuff. The new Mark support gems are amazing. Mark of Siphoning, this is for mana leech if it's on the target. We pair it with Eternal Mark, which is not consumed the first time they activate, so we can still get some mana leech and life leech. And then cooldown recovery, you should spam this if you don't one-shot the bosses. For our auras, we are still running Time of Need. Even without any passives, it still procs pretty often, every 7 seconds. So we go with Compass Duration and Precision, and add extra Spirit. Berserk with Exodus, +3 to Berserk. This is expensive, not needed at all. This will make Rage have more effect, so more damage. Blasphemy, my favorite. Why this is so good as well, I'll explain the curses on this build. You can have this on any melee build. So Blasphemy is an aura, you slot in curses, and yeah, it will be perma, right? So I have only one curse, I thought I had two, but I have only one, which is Temporal Chains, making enemies super slow, which means they will not hit you. You will kill them sooner than they will hit you. Extra AoE increase double from curse and area, and also we get slow potency, which does apply. It does work, making them up slower. Why this is extremely OP is you can get this passive Zone of Control, which makes it so it's even slow. My enemies are even more like curse magnitude, right, and more AoE, and it further slows the enemy's movement speed. They're hindered, so if you stack into AoE, you can cover the whole screen, mobs being affected by your curses, and before they get to you, you just blast them, right? So this is really good even on melee builds, like really good. You can get double curse, no problem, if you path, I mean, it's pretty far, but there is a double curse here. This is what I use on my Earthquake, since we path up top here, but yeah, we don't really have to care about that. Other than that, we got Herald of Ice with AoE increase, we got Armor Explosion. This is the Armor Explosion tech that was used since last league. This is with All Nettles Embrace though, which is very expensive. It does not work without it. I tried it, it doesn't work. So if you don't have this, you can just run the classic like cold penetration, extra cold damage, extra AoE. Obviously, we have that here. Deadly Herald if you have extra spirit, but yeah, the Elemental Armament focus. This one too. Besides that, we got Chaos Attunement. We got Urk Smelting for even more break chaos, and then this one as well, because this scales from the physical. So that's why it works. Next up, Cast on Critical. We got the Comet here. I cannot get higher level because I do not have enough intelligence for this, but it's all that you need. This one does get benefit from Fire Infusion. How do we get Fire Infusion? It's very easy. You slot in the lowest level Living Bomb, which is level 3. And you could see it in my buffs in the footage early on. I had Fire Infusion very often, so that's how we buff our Comet. Boundless Energy for more energy gain, and then these two are really over the top for quality, extra skill level, and then the basically ignoring the resistances on the targets. You do not need these, you can just slot in Cold Penetration, and then here you can just go with Elemental Armament for more damage. No problem, that could literally replace it, like no issues at all, boys. No issues at all, this one. Let's go over the gear. Well, let's go over the passes right now. So Ascendancy, Hulking Form. Obviously, this is still on top. We got the extra slams, Aftershock, and then Ancestral Boosted, like I explained, which will be in the chapters in the description or underneath the video. Trying to get some armor, but I only ended up getting Sturdy Metal, which is pretty good because we are running Brass Dome. This is absurd armor increase, and it stacks pretty well with this passive, as well as this Jewel, which does the same, increase armor from equipped body armor. But more about it in a bit above the gear. We are basically trying to get all the crit chance, crit damage nodes possible on the tree. Also up here, extra movement speed, attack damage. Attack damage does apply to all elemental, like physical, cold, lightning, and fire, not only physical. Close to the Jewel, so why not? We also getting this for the weapons at 2 to inflict critical weakness. So your crit chance is even higher because this is a flat crit, which is the best you can get. So 3 stacks, right? And our War Cry's echoes, so it applies 3 times, which is 9. It's really good. It's really good, man. Like, this is amazing for weapons at 2. Weapons at 1, we get physical damage and skill speed. Again, we are mostly physical. Down here, well, we get some extra mace stuff, aftershocks, and damage, 22%. Now, main thing here is we get ancestrally boosted attacks, which means every second slam has more damage and has more AoE here as well by 30%. This does stack with passive like this, and powered attacks do count the same as Ancestrally boosted. Like you will see it here. Ancestrally boosted attacks count as being empowered, so these two passives just stack, and the damage here is just, I don't know, man. The damage here is just ridiculous, brothers. It's really wild. It's really wild. You also have chance to empower extra attacks by 3. Down here, we want to get some armor increase, and we also get armor applied to elemental damage. The Constricting command passives here. Extra attack speed, applying blind as well, which makes some enemies have less accuracy and evasion rating, so it's really good for our build. Extra crit chance nodes, next level, which is very close. I will put the point in here. If you inflict shocking debuff with crit, it will be have higher magnitude, which means it will you will deal more damage pretty much. More stuff. Now about the weapon set 1, which is the red line. Again, we are trying to get all the crit stuff and damage stuff possible. That's the red. And then up top, nothing here. But the weapon set 2 is the Warcry build with the weapons. So we also apply Debilitate, which makes enemies deal less damage and are even slower with the curses. I actually forgot about this. It's so OP, dude. Increase AoE, increase speed, increase damage for each Warcry you procced recently. The crit weakness, empower damage, power stuff, additional empower attack, heal, and speed. Now for our jewels, what we are running is this Heart of the Well for crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, skill speed, body armor. These passives are what you're looking for. Next up, we got Sunder +3. You can get +2. I was actually rocking, and all the footage you saw was with +2. The jewel here, the main thing you want to get here is Zone of Control for the curses. The other one is optional. I got Devastation. This one was 5 divines back in the days. Another jewel we got is Undying Hate Amanamu. This is for more sustain on HP right here. If you get a big hit, that life is prevented. That life loss is prevented, and it makes you really tanky. Last jewel we got is Resonance from Nothing. This one allows us to get some easy crit chance nodes, crit damage. Another great one is actually why you want physical mana leech is because of this passive. You will always be at high mana if you attack, which means this attack speed is procced all the time. So not only it makes your tankier because it takes damage from mana before life, but it also gives you attack speed. So that's what you saw in the Jamanra fight, but not in the second map. Daze is really good debuff. It's multiplicative stun buildup on enemies. You stun them super fast. Now over the gear, we get the weapon here, 700 DPS, nothing not the highest, but why we like Ruination is because when you proc crit, if you kill with a crit hit, you have an explosion that scales from their life. So this is also amazing AoE. So we can use this on Sunder, Earthquake, any build you want to play. These are the perfect prefixes: physical percentage, flat fist, extra % physical, attack speed, mainly the crit. You want to get as high crit as possible. Now you will see all the gear in the description, so I'm not going to go over everything, but the main thing I'm going to touch on is actually this amulet right here. This time I tried to go with this amulet. I experimented with a few of them, but this league I went with STRUGGLESCREAM because you can have 4 anointed passives, which is really absolutely insane, dude. So we get Struck Through, which is flat crit chance, amazing stuff. Momentum for more speed. This is 8% movement speed increase from the chest piece. We get Tempered Mind for crit damage, strength, physical damage. This is all we need. And then Careful Assassin for more crit chance and less crit damage. All these passives are dependent on your gear. You can actually anoint anything you want on here, but I recommend everything crit related. My crit chance right now is about 74.5%. And crit damage is 300. Excuse me, I'm 50% crit chance, 50%. My bad. And 300% crit damage. So I could totally get like overextend instead of aftershocks for even bigger hits. I might do that, honestly. I actually will do overextend because the damage difference would be pretty insane, and this is unbuffed. So that's that one. And the rotation, you will see it in the Mobalytics again, but we drop the hammer, detonate with our Warcry. We mace strike to break armor, and then we just also Sniper's Mark and keep blasting with Sunder. If the enemy has a lot of health, you can keep swinging here and there to get extra break armor. for Sunder. But yeah, it's really up to you, because the Sundered armor has a 6-second duration, or until fully armor broken, which, you know, Sunder eats this. But it's okay. If you don't have to reapply it, you just have to break the armor once. That's kind of it. But I'm sorry this video was a bit longer. I did not plan for this, but you guys know how I am with PoE2. I always get carried away with the builds and descriptions and everything. So yeah, apologies for that. And my webcam filter just reset, so it's like I have no light here. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I stream every day on here on Twitch, YouTube, and also TikTok. I'm mainly playing when the leak is out. Right now the leak is kind of, you know, kind of dead, but good for experimenting. So sometimes I play here and there. But thank you very much for watching, homies and homettes. I appreciate you all, and yeah, I'll see you next time. How about that? Thank you once again, and peace.